Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dudes of all teenagers, there we are. Look at that. It loaded in. We're back. We're back. We're back with some more Fallout. Before I get into it, though, we do have some major schedule changes. I want to get this out of the way at the start of the stream in case anyone watching the VOD misses this and doesn't watch all the way through. So we've got some temporary schedule changes coming up. They will be tomorrow, the 8th, through to June 18th. I will be having these schedule changes. So, and it's not all the same schedule changes at the same time. I'll have more information as we go on, depending on other changes that will come through throughout the next 10 days. But at least for this weekend, for Saturday through Monday, because I know we don't stream Sundays, so I don't necessarily need to worry about that. But for Saturday the 8th and Monday the 10th, the stream will be at instead of being at 4:30 Central, we will be starting at noon Central, which will be 10 a.m. Pacific or 1 p.m. Eastern, and we'll still be going for 3 hours. But that's the case. We're going to be doing that from the 8th to the 10th. Obviously, no Sunday streams. And the next 7 days, Tuesday the 11th to Tuesday the 18th, we will be streaming. We will start our stream at 10 p.m. and go either till midnight or to 1 the next morning, because I will be hosting. I will have someone out here, and unless certain schedule changes happen there, which I'm still trying to get a little bit of confirmation for. The easiest time for me to be able to stream while still being able to host this friend of mine, one of my best friends in the world, and this will be his first time coming and visiting me out here in the Midwest. The easiest time for me to be able to stream will be significantly later at night. So unless there are other changes, and I'll let you guys know when those changes happen. The plan for now is for the next 10 days, starting on Saturday, June 8th, June 8th to 10th, we will be streaming from noon to 3, and then June 11th to 18th, we will be streaming from either 9 or somewhere between 9 and 10 p.m. To 1 a.m. at the latest the next morning. So that's what we're up to. Just letting you guys know now at the start of the stream, in case there's any issues, in case there's any what happened? I thought he was streaming today. What was going on? I don't want to cause any undue confusion, but it's important that I bring it up because I am still going to be streaming. I have to keep streaming if I'm going to, get anywhere with this. Even having one of my best friends in the world out here, and he understands all this kind of stuff. He's all for it. I know him well enough. He's not, he's all for it. And I just want to be able to give him as much of my time as I can while still making plenty of time for you guys. All right. With all that being said, let's go ahead and actually jump into what we're doing today. So yesterday we we began our build of the Jamaica Plains Public Occurrences office, which I had so much fun doing, and I had no idea how well this would turn out because I just decided we were going to do this. I had no idea what the footprint was going to look like, and we had to basically figure it all out on the spot. But I'm very, very happy with what we came up with here. So, we got this beautiful large building here, and the white brick palette is really growing on me. It is, man. I don't know what to say. It's growing on me. We've got a wonderfully scaled up Public Occurrences logo. I'm glad I figured out how the set scale option works. I believe I put this garage door on in my off time when I was working on these apartments over here, which are slowly building up. I think we'll do 3 floors, maybe 4 livable floors. I don't know. I'm thinking probably just 3, though. Anyway, the point is, this awesome Public Occurrences logo, We've got the first floor, the first two floors split into two main areas. Nice to see you, Ranger Bravo. Glad to have you back. We've got the first floor split into two major areas. We've got the warehouse, which we'll be decorating today, and then we've got the lobby on the first floor, and on the second floor we've got the copywriter's cubicle area. And I was extremely happy with how the cubicle area came out. I was not expecting this to look as good as it did, but look at this. Look at this cubicle area. It's perfect, man. It's perfect. And so I know it probably doesn't look like much of a change for the walls, but there is a wallpaper on here. It is a more metallic wallpaper. It will probably be more noticeable once we've got a ceiling on this space, and once we're working with all the lighting and stuff. I'm sure it will make more sense then. But we've got a lot to do. We've got quite a lot to do. We've got a third floor to build, which is going to be the office spaces, and some desk space for journalists. There's also going to be an archives room, and then whoever the editor is for the local branch of Publick Occurrences, they're going to have an office there as well. And of course, as I've already said, we've got the big warehouse space to detail, which is mostly going to be printing machines, which, I don't know, that's probably not going to be the most difficult thing to do, but I want to make it look more lived in, more than just the printing machines. You're gonna need equipment to maintain the printing machines, and probably a little bit of a break space, and maybe a warehouse foreman. I don't know, a bunch of stuff. There's a bunch of stuff over here. We've got a lot going on, but it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool. I don't think we're gonna be able to finish this all today. I don't think we're gonna be able to finish this build off today. It's probably going to be a 3-day build. But if it is a 3-day build, then this will be done before the weekend. This will be done before my it will be done before my Sunday day off, and all that kind of stuff. All right, I think that's everything. So let's actually get into designing the things. Where we left off yesterday, we were in the middle of working on the cubicles, so it's only fair that we jump back in, starting with the cubicle spaces. There we go. I really need to memorize this force weather command code. 0002 B52A. B52, that's not hard to remember. Okay. 0002 B52A. All right. I'll see if I remember that in 30 minutes when I need to use it again. 0002 B52A. Yeah. Anyway, a little bit off track. Let's go ahead and actually start decorating these. So it's mostly going to be OC Decorator here for this whole section, and then we'll put on the ceiling. And then before we start on floor 3, we'll come in and detail all of the warehouse space, because floor 3 is going to cover the top of the warehouse. I want to make sure that we're all good before then. Okay, office and lounge. Definitely some office fans. You know how warm and how noisy these these little terminals can get. Oh man. Thank God none of them have any video game cassettes. Which I love the little or holotapes. They don't have any game holotapes. I love the little holotape look. The idea that all the data is stored on cassettes is really cool. Really cool stuff. Not that it necessarily, needs to be little holotape cassettes, but they just look really nice. They look really nice. It's just a little bit of cassette futurism, which is a different type of futuristic art style and architecture. I find